Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SKTV. Welcome to SKTV Live. Today we have plenty to talk about. We have some breaking news. Let me get Melbourne. Let me see if the guy from Liberia are here with us. Let's see. Melbourne in studio there. I know. My man, you wearing what kind of jacket you wearing today again?
Sorry that my jacket. I don't know.
That jacket looking like Asalamita jacket.
So we kind of tell them where you go. It's a kind of jacket.
Oh man, that jacket looking like Asalamita jacket.
No, but look. Let me tell you. I was listening to some of you yesterday evening talking about the mountain. That our mountain. Even though my brother come on here, Sheku, the mountain from Grand Jede, there were some of us that our hope. But anyway, we'll talk that later on. What's up, Chi? What's going on?
Yes, well, folks, welcome to SKTV. Welcome to SKTV Live. Very concerning and disturbing news and information coming from Liberia and around the world. All of these things are not good. Some of these news and information are not good for our country. But it's our responsibility to discuss them. It is our responsibility to discuss them. And so we'll discuss them. Melbourne, as always, today is the last day of the month of May. Starts Friday, the weekend as well. We want to say to our people all around the world, let's share the show. Please. Let's share the show.
And that's the right thing to do. Please, we are appealing to all of you. Yes, just give us one or maybe one or two share, like and comment. Yes, as we are also doing.
Yes.
Today's Friday.
Yeah, let's share the show, folks. May 31st, 2024. You know, I always say we'll never have another May 31st, 2024 in our lifetime as long as we live as humans. So these are important dates and times. But let's share the show, folks. We have a lot to cover. We'll be taking all of these things into consideration. A lot to take into consideration. Let's share the show, please. No, anytime Monk I can enjoy my ball more. You always say, like and share, hit like
share, and comment.
Yeah.
So that means 3 things that will come from you: like, share, and comment. Please, we are appealing to all of you. Share, please, like, and then a comment. That's the best thing to do. Because today is Friday, and as you can see, my brother already here. I don't know how come the man not transition. Anyway, the man that borrow man anyway.
Yeah, so definitely so. Definitely so. Let's share the show, please. Let's share the show. Today is Friday. As always, the Liberian for the most important people on earth. I am doing something here, so if you see me a little distracted, please don't get
Yes, we know, bro. We know.
Yes, don't get very with me. But Monk, let me say Monk. Melbourne. Just before anything else, let's what thing we're not hearing from like before you as to what's going on, but just from a everyday standpoint, what is going on? I've been surfing social media. I've been seeing different things going on. I don't know what's going on.
Well, thank you. Even though there's no rest or maybe day off, especially for the media and the health practitioners and all the security. Even though sometimes we go out, we just take some nap, but how be it, we still got to do the laboratory work. But so many things happening, like you said, starting from the beginning of this week up to uh, this Friday. So many things been happening, ranging from the Yellow Mission saga, ranging from popular work, that of the popular work and the legislature, um, the president um, not going to or not going for the ECOWAS or the African Development Bank meetings and so on. Yes, today again, another day where we wake up. I'm seeing the ruling party um, partisan or supporters protesting at the headquarters of the Unity Party on Broad
Oh,
Street.
hold on. Let's go back. Let's go back.
Mhm.
Let's go back. Because I don't know what's going on. But you said you seen Unity Party partisans
Mm.
protesting on Broad Street, which is the location of the party headquarters.
Yes, indeed. You are correct, 100%. When the internet sucker come up, everybody was like, sometime one way or the other timing as to whether we're going to be off. So that for some of us, we were. But by the time we bumped into the internet again, we saw that indeed we start to witness the supporters of the Unity Party protesting, and they were giving so many reasons. Some of them were chanting, and so on. Yeah, so we are still following up as to
Wait. My man, the other thing when you talking, we'll get into it, but I just want you to take your own time to talk it because you're speaking too much BB bogia to confuse people. You say what thing
all
happened?
right.
Take it
So
easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Yeah. What thing happened, Mabel?
yeah, so again, I don't know, should I say for the second time or maybe for the third time, since the government came to power, the their own supporters start to protest. First was at the home of the president. A few times again, we saw them protesting, and on today again at the headquarters on Broad Street, where a lot of them gathered on today to protest for reason best known to them. Some of them were talking about so many things, but because of our job, so I couldn't listen to most of them, but they were protesting today at their party headquarters, or their supporters were protesting today at their party headquarters. That is the ruling government supporters or their partisans were seen today protesting at the party headquarters.
So we agree supporters were protesting. That's one of the news going on.
Yes. And
So let me
secondly, yeah,
go ahead.
when it comes to the internet issue, I think internet has been restored, or maybe should I say maybe there were no quote unquote maybe disruption, or maybe other people, because my Liberians were like, some of them were saying, "Oh, I'm still using the internet, I'm still getting things, I'm still receiving messages, I'm still doing it," but I think there were little disruption in the internet, and as we speak, internet has been restored, and people are freely browsing, they are enjoying the network, people are communicating, and so on and on. Yes, indeed. So, Steve, even though the comment minister, uh, Muda, expressed dissatisfaction over horses contempt charge, he said that's not the right thing to do, to put contempt charges on him, or contempt charge. But again, we expecting that he appear on next Tuesday. That's the information that we're getting, that on next Tuesday, the commerce minister will appear before the House to give reason why it shouldn't be held in contempt. So far so good. Yes, these are some of the happening my brother. And to our follower as we move along, any other stories we're going to maybe inform you before the broadcast end.
Okay. Some of the other news then second can give you, I don't know, they can maybe wanting the whole show to it. So the current leadership is anyway, we'll get to that one. We'll get to the United Party protesting in their own government. We'll talk about that a little bit more. Melbourne on our end here, big news. Big news in the United States. President Donald Trump has been convicted as we speak. Yesterday, as of 2 p.m. Phoenix, Arizona time, which is the Mountain Standard Time, 5 p.m. East Coast time, either right 2 p.m. or right a few minutes after 2 p.m. or whatever it is, President Donald Trump became a convicted criminal. President Donald Trump, as we speak, former President Donald Trump is a convicted criminal. He is not, he went through the process, so he is a criminal. So when you're speaking and putting your former title, put criminal on top of it. You understand? We don't get a problem with nobody, but we don't want to call title then. So yesterday, President Donald Trump, former President Donald Trump, got handed down bigly the title of criminality or of a criminal on top of all of the other titles he has achieved. So I mean that's a sign of seriousness in this country. The guilty verdict came out yesterday, and in fact, on all 34 counts. So basically, there were 34 charges or 34 counts on him. They raised 34 noise behind him. One of the noise there was one of the noise had to do with money laundering, fraud, and the different things. While we in Labrador scared to prosecute or to go to who our own leader they accountable, they hold in court in Manhattan, in New York, in a town. And what it called? So that is there.
Yes. So Steve, I think that the news that continue. Why you want to end the news? Donald Trump campaign raises how much? You don't want to tell us I want to?
Say again.
Donald Trump campaign.
Mm-hmm.
How much they raised on last night? Or in fact yesterday.
Well, I don't know how much
news that. Huh?
I don't know how much they raised. To be quite honest, I wasn't following that.
We're hearing news that 34.8 million.
Yes, they raised 34.8 million, but it still doesn't change the fact that he's a criminal. That is the most important news on earth. Yes, I mean you can't take away that. So what is that? You telling me say some people donated to stand on with a spoon? He's still a criminal. You understand? So that one and that important news. There's some news there. Anyway, let's welcome Mo. What's going on, my man? Did you hear the news?
I've been following the news. I will be on top of the news. So that question is not, I don't think it's relevant, especially the magnitude of that news yesterday. I'm on it, full coverage on every platform. I'm on X. I'm not on, for me, I don't do TV. I either follow my RCJ website, I do the airport time, and I'm on X, because on X in America, where you interact with politicians, the same way we can be on Facebook, either every single one of them on X, which is the new Twitter. So you see them, you get first-hand information, whether it's media practitioner and real politician interacting in real time. So that I followed the news yesterday religiously. I was on it yesterday, so I'm still on it.
Mr. Cannon, welcome to the show. We have a lot of different news from around the world today. Everything under consideration. From Liberia, we are hearing from Melbourne that Unity Party. Some of them started. Some of them started, already protesting. In the United States, on this side, President Donald Trump has been handed the guilty verdict as of yesterday. Peter, what is your quick reaction before we get to other news here? Because we just rolling in other news now. Everything under consideration today.
What are you saying?
I'm sorry. Actually, I was laughing because I listened to you in Melbourne, and then I listened to you in Monk. It seems like Melbourne is a sympathizer of Donald Trump, unfortunately. Monk is the full-fledged supporter.
No, I'm not only a full-fledged for me.
Monk has recruited Melbourne.
Yeah.
Melbourne is now a sympathizer. Melbourne is compelling you now. If you're going to talk about the negative or Donald Trump, you must say the positive too. Because the negative there is he's convicted. He's a convicted fellow. And now if you talk about that, the benefit of if he be convicted because his people came out, they will support him, they will give him money, and they will vote for him, his people. So there's no surprises there. There are no surprises in terms of Republican or the MAGA forces coming out strong for Donald Trump. In fact, it was even reported yesterday because right after the verdict came down, the traffic, the number of people of Republican and MAGA Donald Trump supporters wanted to donate to his campaign, the number of too much until their internet crash.
Yeah, the website crash.
The website crash. So that one is not a surprise. Maybe, yeah, so I'm just giving you more information. Maybe if you need it. So Donald Trump is loved by his people. Donald Trump is a white old man who is hugely supported by the racist white people. You like it or not, that is a fact. And the support base of Donald Trump is predicated on racism. Because things that Donald Trump can say, other people can say, Donald Trump can say. The hidden agenda of other people in their mind, especially when it comes to racism, only he can put it with, he can say openly, he doesn't care how you feel about it. And for that reason, most of the white people, especially the racist ones, believe in this country that immigrants will eventually take over their country. And the person that is seen as their own leader is Donald Trump. That's what Donald Trump is to make America great again. Literally, he's telling you, make America white again, because the white dominance is reducing. When we came to this country, election times, white vote used to be around 80%. Now go look at the ratio today. It's going down. The Mexican and born in plenty children, and black people then coming plenty, and they're born in plenty children too. So, and most of the immigrants, for the most part, not talking about, almost majority of the immigrants vote for Democrats. So, Donald Trump support base, they are in majority, the white people, but not all white people support Donald Trump. That's the problem. So the white people that don't support Donald Trump, if you add that to the immigrant, that's why for the past 3 election cycles, the Democrats, they've always gotten the majority of vote when it comes to popular vote. Even the election that Donald Trump won, he won by electoral college. The majority of the country for the past few elections been voting Democrat. So the number of Democrats, coalition is getting plenty. They can only say, I will not vote for the other person, maybe Obama. Some voted for Obama, they didn't vote for Hillary Clinton. Some voted for Obama, they didn't vote for Biden. But the Democratic coalition is big. and is increasing by the day. So that's the fear in the white people, and Donald Trump is their guy. So anything they will do, they feel like people coming in their country, take their country from them. So that's why they are fighting by all means to make sure Donald Trump, is rewarded for his outburst. So, that's the news for here. But actually, I don't really worry about the election here. For the most part, if you are now a big business person or you don't have immigration issues, the country here is about where you can work today and eat some, send some to your family, and you're going to be in that cycle for the rest of your life, unless you are blessed to have a business wherein you can do something extraordinary, so that it can be like from paycheck to paycheck. Other than that, all the people that can just do their own argument for nothing. You don't see no difference. People who are into businesses and they are investing, and when in the stock market and other area, when things go bad, it affects them. But people who are working hourly, month to month, hand to mouth, or people who are working paycheck to paycheck, it's not going to affect you much.
Thank you, Mr. Kane.
Well,
I share the sentiment with Milborn about former convicted criminal President Donald Trump raising 34 million. I share that sentiment with him. But it doesn't still change the fact that former president, convicted criminal Donald Trump, will probably use that money to pay some of his legal fees. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. He did it before, he will do it again. So I wouldn't be surprised. So at the end of the day, there are different views about it in America, to be very frank. It's split. Views are split on it. Around the world, there are different reactions. I followed BBC, I followed Al Jazeera, and other news outlets around the world. Different reactions pulling in, But at the end of the day, what's important is they went through the case, the verdict came out, President Donald Trump can say what he wants to say, his people can say what they want to say. The same we had Chairman Musa Belete, Representative Musa Belete, used to say the law is the law. In America, in Africa, in Liberia, can say the law that the law. In America, we say the law is the law. And yeah, the law will be the law. Whether Donald Trump he can make no on his choose social, he can carry to X Factor, he can carry to whatever station. Nobody worry about that one. He is a convicted criminal. It is in record. It is on the record, and it will never change. He's the only former president that set that record. So unless another president follows him, he's a convicted criminal. That's my honest take. I will leave it as that. Anybody want to react, they can react to it.
Let me give my honest take. You see, Melbourne, the premise that Sekou laid from the opening of this show, that's why some of us that came to this country decided to be Republican. When you read the history of this country, all the good things that happened for the black people dating back to slavery, it came from the Republican Party. Whether it was the 13th Amendment, whether it was the 14th Amendment to protect for people to be able to vote without discrimination. The number one racist party in the country that supported slavery, the Confederacy, it was the Democratic Party. It was the Union under Lincoln that freed the slave, that gave black people all the right in this country, even up to the civil rights movement of the 60s. But when you come to America, when you watch TV, they do the opposite. They portray the Democratic Party, the party of slavery, as the one that is accepting of immigrants, and the Republican Party to be the racist party, which is the opposite. The most racist speech ever given on the floor of the American Senate was given by Joe Biden. It's still on YouTube. I will text it. I will send a link to you. Joe Biden was the one that voted with segregation so that black and white kids cannot sit in the same classroom. It's on the record. But you know what? When you control the media, you control a talking point. Donald Trump, they said people hate immigrants, and that is a big lie. All Donald Trump said, you cannot open the border and let people to flood here. There is a system. Look, America take upward of 1 million immigrants every year from 1990 until today's date. those numbers are distributed evenly across the world. But you know what? One party that cannot win on ideas, they want to open the border. They want for people to flood this country so they can get an electoral advantage over another party. Because Democrats figure out that 90% of immigrants coming from Guatemala, Honduras, and Mexico are most likely to vote Democratic Party. When somebody is coming from Brazil or Argentina or Venezuela, they vote Republican. So the idea that Republican Party are anti-immigrant, they are anti-women, they are anti-Muslim. These are all lies created by the media to appeal to people who can do research. You know, when Obama came in 2008, he brought hope and change. Obama assembled the biggest coalition ever when he gave that famous speech in Boston, Massachusetts. He even stole the show from John Kerry. Republicans say, yeah, this is what we've been looking for. Even instead that traditionally Republicans voted for Obama. That's why he was able to win with the best coalition ever in the history of America, because even Republicans voted for him. But when he came up with a whole different policy that was contrary to what he preached. So it was Obama that gave us Donald Trump, because for him, he came here, he was raiding people. He is a president on record that deported the highest amount of immigrants in the American history. The only difference was the media cover up for him and they will not call him out because he's black. And Donald Trump said, no, I'm not going to hide mine. I'm going to call it for what it is. If you come into America, you come through the legal system because there is a process. So whether you call me anti-immigrant is your choice. The reality are there. That's why one thing they will never tell you, no Republican president got more black vote than Donald Trump. But you will never hear that on TV because black people themselves realize that this media narrative is a big lie. Yes, go and check the record. Donald Trump got the highest amount of black vote in American history. He got 8% nationwide and 25% in battleground state. And he's about to do it again. You know, they talk about the money. The thing about the money was, it's not only about raising money. The first person that started out more fundraising was a guy they call Sean Maguire. He's a Hollywood celebrity that voted for Hillary Clinton. When he heard the verdict, the first statement he made on X was, we have lost the republic because it's all about lawfare. It's not about finding a man guilty on a crime. It's about finding a man guilty because you don't like him and you think that you cannot beat him. You can do election interference. You know, when Trump became president, the very first thing, the moment they announced Trump, when Trump took a hint from on the Bible, they opened a Russian investigation it was a coup to take him from power. It didn't work out. The next thing they came out with, they said, they wanted to invoke the 25th Amendment that Donald Trump has some cognitive issue. So they forced Donald Trump to go and do a cognitive test to test the president for his mental acuity. Donald Trump scored 30 over 30 out of 30 questions. It didn't stop there. The next thing they came up with, the Ukrainian investigation, because Donald Trump wanted to investigate corruption that was happening in Ukraine. The next thing you go look. Can you imagine you bringing an impeachment proceeding against the president of America that cannot even meet the best?
I want to say something, but you cannot finish it. The Donald Trump history is too long, but
and I believe they said Trump is racist, but Donald Trump is the only Republican that will honor with civil rights leader. I sent a picture to Steve, but he will never show it to the audience on SKTV. That the life of Muhammad Ali and Rosa Parks for 30 years of service to the black community. So for me, I don't pay attention to this stuff because I know reality. So it's not going to change anything but the election. That's what Donald Trump said. The real verdict will come on November 5th of this year. That's how we know who committed the real crime. And so, the Republican DA, you know, a lawmaker from Louisiana said, when Joe Biden walked out of the White House, he will see double or what Donald Trump going through because every Republican district until in this country, they will be coming after him because there's a new precedent will set in America. When you don't like a guy, you use corrupt law and judges and DA to go after him in location that you control. You know, New York is heavily Democratic. You know, places like Maryland, Washington, D.C. are Homer Democratic era. So he's saying that the moment Joe Biden walks out of the office, for him, we don't have to go invent crime. He already committed a bunch of crimes, except that his own justice department cannot prosecute him, and that's why they will be going after. So we see, we're not going anywhere. Donald Trump is not going to jail. He will be on the ballot. He will probably win anyway. So nothing is going to change.
Okay. No problem.
So let me just correct more a little bit.
Yes.
I love the way you outline Donald Trump and the Republican.
Yes.
The only unfortunate part of it is that Mon is one of the people that actually believe in innovation and new ideas. But I'm a little bit baffled that you're still living in the past. When it comes to America, American history. Whatever you are talking about, segregationist, doing the Republican time, doing slavery and this and that time, you and I were not here. But we are living in the real America in real time. We know exactly what is happening. If you're going to forgo and pay attention to the past and forget about what is happening before your eyes, then that's a problem.
So what you talk about? You say I close my attention to the top.
You closing your attention, you closing your eyes on what is happening.
Okay.
In fact, I don't know if you actually follow Donald Trump, like you support him. First of all, you question the fact that Donald Trump does not hate a Muslim. You said Donald Trump does not hate immigrant. Donald Trump, if you listen to Donald Trump, when Donald Trump said, these people, they are the one that bring in drugs. They are criminal. He was referring to immigrant.
No, that
when Donald Trump was elected, Donald Trump said, Donald J. Trump put a total shutdown on Muslims traveling from X, Y, and Z country. You listen to that. When Donald Trump was president,
I hope you let me to respond to what you're saying.
You will. When Donald Trump became president, the hate even against the Jews. When you saw people went to Pennsylvania there and killed 18 or 20 some more people in the Jewish church. In North Carolina, when they attacked the black church, all of those things were done by people that supported Donald Trump, and the information that he gave them, the hate he created as president. In fact, you didn't listen to Donald Trump calling on the Secretary of State of Georgia to cheat for him, say, find me 11,000 votes. Even after the outcome. So for you to Donald Trump's story can never end. It's like an open-ended story. Donald Trump is one of the worst things, a disgrace that ever happened to America. The man who will say anything, whether it's talking about women in any kind of derogatory manner, this guy who brought shame to America, making America leverage, reduce around the world. Do you know Donald Trump, Joe Biden had to come and cancel most of the executive order of Donald Trump to make America better again to the All-Star War? Do you know that Donald Trump, when he became president, all the majority of immigration processes, legal processes, he stopped them? And then you say this guy is not against immigrant? I don't know your definition, but for me,
that's all.
For me, let me conclude. For me,
yes,
I believe Donald Trump is a racist person. Donald Trump does not have any good thing for America. Everything Donald Trump does is to promote his white majority ideology with the fear of white becoming minority in this country. And Donald Trump is their agent. And all he does is that. Some of you who are business-minded or somehow follow all those business activities, you are carried away by the fact that when Donald Trump is in power, Donald Trump was in power, the economy was good, forgetting to know it was Obama who set the stage for that economic boom that happened under Obama or under Donald Trump. It was not Donald Trump making.
That's not even true. It was debunked by.
It was not Donald Trump making.
We got
after the recession. After the recession, the investment Obama did, everybody said, well, Obama have invested a lot, but the country is not going to feel it until the next president. Many Democrats thought it will have been Hillary Clinton, but unfortunately, it became Donald Trump, and Donald Trump took the credit for what Obama invested. But now, you would have followed Donald Trump, you give all the credit to Donald Trump, wrongfully so. But because he was the president, we allow him to take it. But Donald Trump is the most ridiculous person that ever become president in this country.
You want me to respond?
Of course.
First of all, when you come into this country, there's a reason you go through background check. They got scrutinizing process here. You do medical test, you do physical test, you do background check, you buy a ticket. Even with all that, you still not guaranteed to come to America. The issue of drugs, the statement Donald Trump made, it was the very same media that twisted it. Donald Trump said when Mexico sends some of its people, she are not sending her best. They are bringing crumbs, they are bringing drugs, they are raping. He didn't say all. That's why he said some of its people. Because in America, the fentanyl crisis that is destroying this country, 100,000 Americans die every year, statistically proven, from illegal drugs overdose. That's an established fact. 95% of the drugs that kill 100,000 Americans every year come from Mexico. And you want a country that is the primary reason for which more than 100,000 Americans are dying from drugs overdose, and that want to use the illegal means into America. Is that racism? Second of all, the whole Muslim situation, it was another lie that the media saw in this country. When you come to the presidency, there's something called executive order. When America does not have leverage over certain countries because of political or socio-economic reason, they put a blockade. Their whole Muslim ban was an executive order. It happened under Obama in 2015. That was Iraq, that was Syria, that was Iran, and so many other countries. The only country that was added, I think it was Yemen. The sixth country that Obama put on a ban. But you see, that's the power of the media. When one guy does something, the media don't talk about it. If another guy do it, it's a racist thing. The same way that Brenda Bush as of being a racist, Bush 43. And the same way how he didn't go to Louisiana. But you go check the record, Bush was the only American president that made the biggest investment in the continent of Africa, from education to healthcare. But when you come to America, they got a narrative that when you are Republican, you're supposed to be racist. And like I said, the only man that get the most racist speech in the history of America on the floor of the Senate is Joe Biden. And the video is still on YouTube. Joe Biden, if you go Melbourne, the guys called the Crown Bill that was passed in 1994. Joe Biden thought that black children are grown out of wedlock. They don't have home training. So he called in a cadre of youth without training that most of them are born out of wedlock, and they are the one causing problem in America. So he thought the best way to mitigate that problem was to put a bunch of black people in jail. He was the champion of a bill they called the three-strike law, the Crown Bill, under Bill Clinton. Guess what? It's the number one most devastating policy in America that ended up putting more blacks in prison than any other person. And this is the guy you want me to support when I'm comparing him with Donald Trump. Like I said, everybody got their own view. But for me, I know I studied both parties. I came here before I could make a decision. I know that everything that is said after this guy, everything that I know that I have read, that he's far better up than the one that there right now. Because the one that is there right now, his racism was documented. It was put into policy, and his video is still on YouTube from that famous 1993 speech on the floor of the Senate, where he literally insulted black people.
So, Monk,
telling them that
Monk,
they have conscience.
let me ask
Yes.
you before we close on this chapter. Let me ask you: do you believe in the
I know
video
my
on YouTube, or you believe in what you see before your eyes?
Well, if I believe what I'm seeing, like what you mean the verdict?
Do you believe what is on YouTube, or you believe what is happening right before your eyes?
But I'm not. It's not the fact that it's on YouTube. The fact of the matter is that something that happened. It was enacted into law.
Okay, what happened yesterday? You believe in that one more than what is happening right before your eyes?
Well, I know in my eye what I'm looking at is a political hit job. It will never stop.
Okay.
Once Donald Trump remains in politics, they will keep going after him. You lie to the American people. These people lie. That Russians stole an election because they wanted to remove Donald Trump from office. Can you imagine that?
So
that Russians stole their election. Russia was an empire before America. The only election the Russians stole was the one that Donald Trump won. So it's never going to end. And I could care less about what happened. I know the fact that America was better off under Donald Trump than the guy who's there right now. They want to lie, say Mark Credit Company. That's a lie.
So Monk, we'll find time to delve into this.
Oh, yeah.
Situation, because even those who claim that the economy was good under Trump and all that extra stuff, that is not true.
Okay.
With the numbers, it's not true. But again, because of time's sake, because I want us to find time to look at the numbers.
I said we'll have a whole show discussing American politics.
Yes,
exactly. To look at how much Donald Trump added to the national debt, how much Donald Trump added to the national debt, what he did during COVID. We're not taking calls yet, so please don't call me yet. We're not taking calls, folks. Please don't call me yet. So we know how much Donald Trump added to the national debt, as opposed to other presidents, so that when you think you were getting those checks during the COVID time, you think that were free. That why make it today, we quote unquote have high prices, hike in everything, because we have to make up for what Donald Trump spent uselessly during his term. But we'll get to that again because of time. But
your final thing on this on SKTV.
So let's move on to Labrador. But let's move on to Labrador.
Let's move to Labrador. I would really love to have a debate on.
So quickly, let me just tell us second, please. Can we allow Monk to talk to our people about the Friday? 1 minute, Monk.
Oh yeah, I think that Donald Trump said so do it after the show because today is Friday. My offering basket come and they shouldn't use it as a midnight to contribute. So all the Trump hater, you can even go that route.
You make more guys right now with you now. They're not going to do it because you say you Donald Trump.
If I can read my 25 or 30 today, that would be in the front of SKTV. So all the Trump hater who think that I'm supporting Trump for no reason, that you against Trump, no. They want it different from Donald Trump. It's not Donald Trump politics. They want SKTV.
So what he said, no, that supporting Donald Trump is an affront to African people.
Yeah. So
most of us back home, especially, we like him. Let me be frank. There are a lot of Liberians that really admire.
Most of
no, but I'm okay for me. All right, yes, indeed.
Majority. That's not true.
Yeah, but even my brother Sheku can even attest to that.
Sheku can talk by himself. Like Sheku said yesterday, that Steve Moore don't go somewhere else. Sheku can speak for himself. Come on now.
So quickly, folks. Sheku, welcome to the show. Can you please get update quickly about what's going on in the Southeast, because we have lots of things to talk about nationally, locally in Liberia about the politics and what's going on. So nothing new, nothing strange.
You see,
Hello?
Same thing with yesterday.
So what did Express?
Same thing with yesterday.
What a red press, chief. One no more. Did I see
yesterday?
No, but my people don't want to forget. My people don't want to forget. My people don't want to forget what a red press that all want to. Seku, what a red press, chief.
Around going up, my brother.
My man, lead that story. What a number.
The rest were going up. I will tell you because I'll buy rest tomorrow. So I will tell you. I will tell you tomorrow.
Okay, what a figure you hear in the town? You buy it, what a figure you hear in the town? People say you will tell tomorrow, but at least he reported on the fair side that the red press keeps going up. It's not down. And he said the same price that we have for food there, which was between $20 to $22, or maybe you go on to 24. We don't know, but tomorrow he said we'll buy red. He will let us know. All right, let's move on. Interesting developments. Some Unity Party partisans gathered today at the headquarters, blaming the leadership that they have abandoned the party. All of them got political appointments and jobs now. The whole Unity Party headquarters dead. Some of them were reporting that only one bag of red will carry there. We'll get to that part. The one bag of red will carry there. There's nothing going on to the party. The whole party headquarters dead. And then the same party that took them, basically they had legitimate claims. But let me come to another interesting story. It's also reported today that Sergeant Bobet Mane allegedly shot himself while on duty at the EBK barracks. This is very interesting. This one is very, very interesting. Allegedly, this shocking news of the sergeant reportedly shoot himself while he was on duty happened yesterday, the 30th. And again, allegedly, some sources are revealing that the reason he shot himself is because he was under investigation with the NSA for allegedly inciting the AFL wives for the protests, which resulted into a forced resignation for the Minister of Defense. Very, very interesting. Sekou Monk, Sekou Kuma, how do you guys react to these headlines or these news or even the allegation or the thoughts vis-a-vis drawing foreign investors to the country? How do you guys react to this?
Do you want me to go first, or you want Monk to go first?
No, let's start with Sekou Kuma because he just came. We can't have the two Sekou back to back. We confuse our people. So Sekou Kuma, so you can tell how much the reference is. At least you can tell how you feel about this news.
Is I don't know. I'm feeling so bad right now to hear that kind of thing. Information is true that it's because of investigation. Let me be second. I'm feeling somehow right now. Let me try to put some things together. It's
okay. Okay, no problem. Thank you, Sekou. Let's go to Monk. We'll come to Sekou Kane because Monk, how do you react to the Unity Party partisans there at the protesting at the headquarters? And also this news coming from the barrack, and as we're on the show, as we're speaking, we're getting some information coming in about this Bobby Mane person who was allegedly accused of putting together the women of this AFL to advocate, which led to the dismissal or the resignation of former Defense Minister Prince Johnson. What say you, Monk? All these funny headlines and different headlines. What say you? Monk, are you there?
Hello?
Yeah, what say you from an investment
story, so I don't think I can talk to that. I mean, on that story, I didn't follow it at all. I haven't been on it. The only story that caught my attention from Labrador today that I read on was the whole Yeke Koluba in this upcoming protest against the Bwakale administration. That's the only story that I follow today, to be frank. So,
yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that particular story. We'll get to the Yeke Koluba part of it, quote unquote protest or whatever it is. But Sekou Kane, let's hear from you. What is your reaction? Monk said he doesn't have much to say.
Yeah, so there's nothing strange there for me. Just yesterday, I was talking about AFL soldiers, about 400 of them, that were dismissed or disrobed and kicked out of the army by Prince Johnson, the then Chief of Staff of the Army. And the last batch of people that were to be removed from the army, Joseph Boakai came and intervened. They were not removed. The 400 that they believe they were removed illegally off of petty things, some of whom are lieutenant colonel in the army. Someone reached out to us yesterday, SKTV, and we received the name of over 200 of them. Maybe we'll be calling that the list of the people who were either unlawfully removed from the army because of personal ego, allegedly by Prince Johnson, the then Chief of Staff, who is now working at the NSA. You know, Steve, When I said Liberia was on a tampon, when I said it, people can be like, oh, no, don't say it. I've said it before and I will say it again. Joseph Boaga need to pay attention to national security issues. These are national security concerns. And if care is not taken, it could be too late. Let me tell you this, Steve. They will arrest a lot of people. They will arrest a lot of people. But what I can tell you, that will not solve the problem. Joseph Boaga need to address the concerns of the army people hands-on. And one of the major problems, that's what I just told you. Some of those people are very young. They suffer too much to get into the army. And they believe they didn't do anything to warrant their dismissal from the army. Some of them are still young. They went through intensive training. Some of them, are ranking members of the army. Some of those things don't just sweep it on a carpet. So if you ask me, that is just, tip of the iceberg. This is nothing. Fui. Nothing. Absolutely. Steve, when I say fui, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in my when I say fui, you mean like zero. Nothing. This is nothing. This is just, the beginning of what we will see. Joseph Boaga need to put his act together, pay attention to the army, and address those people who will remove or dismiss by Princely Johnson. Then we'll have some peace, from the army people. But other than that, anything is possible.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kane. Let's, I know we're going to be taking a brief break here. We're going to be taking a brief break here. So let's zoom in on this. Let's zoom in on this because this is very, very important. Let's zoom in on this. This is critically important. I mean, this is scary though, vis-a-vis the peace of the country and the security, also in order to attract investors and so forth. But can we also compare this to similar thing that happened in Nima County, wherein Senator Prince Johnson said he debunked the government of President George Weah that no, the guy did not shoot himself. He said that was not self-inflicted wound that led to this guy's death. So my question is, are we witnessing similar thing here? Did this guy actually shot himself or kill himself? Mr. Kane, let me go to Monk. Monk. Yeah. All of us were here during the Weah-led administration when I think Melvin, it was reported that he killed himself.
Ellis. I'll never forget.
Melvin Ellis.
The EPS officer.
The EPS officer. These are highly trained, security-minded guys. Whether they're from the army or the security. The other guy who just allegedly killed himself was a lieutenant. He's not just anybody. So Monk, what say you? Are we seeing similar pattern here? Is this what is really going on? How does this kind of news appeal to investors and other people that want to come to the country?
Yeah, we got to establish the fact that he actually killed himself. Monk, you're muted. I don't know what he's talking.
Hello? You guys can
Monk, go ahead. Yeah.
Steve, let me tell you something. I don't have nothing in security. I'm not a security expert. I know one. I'm not sort of common sense. This trend is nothing new. We know how our country is. We know the kind of games that happen behind the scene and the kind of wish hunt and all this stuff. You know, when things are happening, people all want to play politics. And you made a case about the whole Mervyn Ellis stuff. They want you to believe that Mervyn Ellis shot himself in the head 3 times. And I know when you put a bullet into your brain, you will be unconscious. You won't even have the energy to even shoot the second or the third one. But people were yet defending that whole situation, claiming that he shot himself 3 times. You know, it's the same thing where we saw with the Albert Peters and the Gifted Lama, how people went and told them that the car was on fire. They said, no, close our door. We having fun in here. We will sit here and die. It's the same old thing. And there are political issues that will make this thing to show up. I don't know what happened in the Barker administration. That's what we call them on the show every time. Move with caution, proceed properly, because at the end of the day, the whole thing about clearing government payroll and security officer, they think that they are being disenfranchised, that is political, that you want to get rid of people that were loyal to we are versus keeping people that are loyal to you. It's not going to play out in the long term. You see, for the old man, he's been around for a while. He's not strange to Liberia. But the matter of fact, he lived in Liberia for the rest of the we are presidency. He saw things that were happening. I don't know how he would sit there and allow these things to happen without even taking control of it. So we were just wait and see, because the same protest, it's how the COP came with the protest too. You are not proceeding the right way. And yes, Yaka Koluba, one of the nephews on the rescue train, is the one that protest. Is Yaka doing the right thing? For sure. Because the government is not proceeding in the right direction. So I can speak to the issue of somebody killing themselves deliberately, but there is a pattern there. It's a systemic pattern there. It happened in the previous administration. It's happening now. And the same misstep that happened under the previous administration, Joseph Boga is literally walking on that same line, and it won't go well. I know there will be protests and people are disenchanted because, look, Steve, one of the best ways to weaken the government when people feel that they are left out, when people feel that they are getting what they never voted for, it makes you vulnerable. No military is stronger than the will of the people. When you lost credibility, when you end up becoming unpopular with this small sentiment, you can remember, you remember the video you showed. I think you talked about a little girl who during the protest were on the floor crying in Georgia. I think I told you that she was in white or jean trousers, right? People will take this thing to be common, but no, those are images. Human beings don't forget images. You can forget the content of a book that you read, but when you see an image, a picture, the human being brain was created to hold onto pictures. It stayed there forever, and at the same thing we see happening in this administration. I just hope they can arrest the situation much sooner, but I don't think that they would think that right, because for them, they think it's about politics, that when you criticize the Bagale administration, you are the 1%, you are angry. And that's the problem like Liberian politics. People will see damages and things going, but they don't have that. The Nigerian men say the effrontery, the temerity to say that the thing that happened is not right. They will still play deaf ear to ear in the name of politics. But it's the same old thing, nothing changed. Unity Party and CDC are just one copy of another.
So, Mr. Kane, the U.S. government, on the reports termed the we-are-led government, they use words such as extrajudicial killings. Chris Smith used words from the U.S. government, also from the representative side, the legislative branch of government, called the we-are-led government kleptocratic because of pattern not only of criminality, not only of alleged criminality, money laundering, moving money around, and so forth. I want to ask you this question, Mr. Kane. Are we seeing a reliving similar thing just in 4 months to 5 months of the less than 6 months of the Uniparty-led government? We'll come to whether the Yeke having protests or whatever. We'll come to that part. We'll come to that conversation. What say you?
Yes, like I said yesterday, all the things that we saw under the past government, whether it's Ellen or we are, especially when it comes to negative things, they never stop. They continue. And Labra is yet to see any progress whether it's the livelihood of the people, whether it's prostitution being on the rise, whether it's national security issue, people are not safe. People living in their houses as if to say they are living in a prison compound. They got to barricade themselves. They got to put iron bar on their window, and they got to put double or triple door, at the entrance. The country is yet to see progress. It's like Liberia is not fully independent. But again, I don't really, moving forward, let me make this clear. I will not really worry about George Weah government, what they did, what they didn't do moving forward. From time to time, we will use them as reference, but we will not use them to set a benchmark or to make any comparative analysis when it comes to deliverable. Joseph Boakai was elected because of the failure of George Weah. So George Weah had nothing to do with what's going on right now. CDC government had nothing to do with what's going on right now. If Joseph Boakai knew better, if Joseph Boakai could have done better, if Joseph Boakai had a better idea to do better and change the Liberian people's life, nobody would be mentioning George Weah. If Joseph Boakai actually had what it takes to change the livelihood of the Liberian people, there will be no mentioning of George Weah or the CDC. But when you see that people can even remember the CDC, it means that you got nothing better to replace the CDC. So CDC government, whether they did well or they failed, it's no longer a problem because they were replaced with the mindset, with the belief that we have an alternative, that Liberia will change. So if you ask me whether or not this is a continuation of the CDC even way better than the people. Because if CDC was removed to bring you as an alternative, and people are still making comparison, or you yourself making comparison, comparing yourself or following the first step of the CDC, then that means CDC is better than you. So right now, we should be talking about development, changes in the country, corruption-free. We should be talking about Joseph Boakai auditing the entire country, all three branches of government. We should be talking about how investors are rushing to come to Liberia because we have a steady hand. We have a man with wisdom, the man with the wealth of experience to change things around. Those are the things we should be discussing right now. How investors are trooping into Liberia. How the national security, has improved. How people now walking on the street without worrying about Zogo and other things. How the health sectors have improved. How women are not even, dying now in our childbirth. How we have ambulances everywhere in the country. How the health sectors, clinics and hospitals are now getting the needed medication to treat the people. How doctors and medical practitioners are trooping into Liberia to help develop our healthcare system. But we are just here talking about Joey did it, CDC did it, Ellie did it, Joey did it. It's disgraceful, Steve, to even mention CDC in making comparison with CDC and Unity Party is disgraceful. It means that CDC shall remain in power until we can find an alternative. But you can't take off from worse to ridiculous. That means if CDC is going to be missed, then Joseph Boakai and his government They fool up. They betray us.
Look, kind of quickly, let me ask this question. Let's talk about all of these security concerns from a national standpoint. There's also the allegation that there is a planned protest from the opposition. Quite honestly speaking, some people have mentioned the name of Yeke. We are not a well-known on SKTV. We don't say things that we don't have facts to back up. But just the conversation that there is a looming protest. What does that say? Sekou Kuma, you just came on. I believe you are following us. What does that say amidst all of the noise and all of the rigmarole going on? What does that say? How does that encourage serious minor investor to come to the country to move the government forward? What does that say?
It's not going to encourage investors to come to Liberia. And for me, I always like to say this. If Yeke knew the rescue train was not good, he shouldn't have campaigned for the rescue train. Yeke brought the rescue train and told Liberians, a member from the ANC, in fact, told Liberians that the rescue train was the best. Barely a few weeks after the rescue train won the election.
Say something about ANC again. I didn't get that part. He said, who?
Is he referring to Yeke as a member of the ANC?
Yeah,
No,
Yeke is a member.
let's correct that. Let's correct that quickly. Let's correct that. Yeke resigned
Yeke resigned. Yeke resigned
from the ANC and the CPP
before the election.
Before the election. Okay. So Yeke is part of no political
ANC and the CPP.
Yes.
All right, fine. Now, he came and told people, Joseph Boakai, the United Party, they're okay. How come just barely a week or two, the United Party won the election? Yeke came back to tell the people that he's back into opposition. One of the reasons why I don't take Yeke serious in this country, because Yeke normally gets his popularity by being in the opposition and insulting or lambasting ruling establishment. And he knows very well that the kind of situation we find ourselves in this country, no job, things are very difficult. Everybody will always blame government for issue. He doesn't want to find himself in that particular situation of being blamed about issues not being right. So he always within and advocating. And you find out that the people always with him when he played this kind of politics. Now, Yeke, you coming back to say you organizing a protest. Yeke was part of the protests that were organized against George Manuel Weah, where he gained a lot of people supporting his agenda. You come back to who you protesting against? The very United Party government you brought and told people that United Party government is the best. You think Yeke will be fooling people? Let's come back to what will be happening with the international community when they look at us. It shows that Liberia as a country is not serious at all. And it's scarce investor to come to this country. And I see us, if care is not taken, I see us for 6 years, Liberians, we as Liberians, we keep suffering and suffering and suffering because we lack common sense. We need to understand. We lack common sense. And if Liberians will really understand things, this is not the time to even jump behind Yeke or whoever that coming to have a protest.
So let me ask you this question before we move forward, please. Let me ask you this question. I understand that you have disagreement with Yeke, but isn't it fair that if you supported someone and they are not doing what is right, isn't it fair to disassociate yourself with them and call them out? Is it a wrong move?
I don't easily support you if I've not been with you for a couple of times to know who you are.
Right. So once you get to know the person now,
I know people can change.
Right.
But Yeke have been on Joseph Boakai for a couple of weeks, couple of months before the election.
Right.
That particular political marriage, all to scatter, you knew Yeke stayed with the Unity Party. It was of late that Yeke came in. Yeke came in because Unity Party needed him, and he also felt at that time that his continuous stand against the CDC government would have brought in the win that he actually had. So why now? Right now,
you didn't answer my question
no,
before we move
no,
forward.
listen, 1 minute quickly. 1 minute
I
quickly.
want us to move to the other panelists.
Who is
Now,
Yaka?
yeah.
Who is Yaka
Sekou,
presenting? I
Sekou,
come in 1 minute.
Sekou.
1 minute.
No, Sekou,
1
hold on
minute.
now. Hold on, I beg you. Hold on. You're in your thought. Please, you're in your thought. I just want to make sure while you are in your thought, you address this particular question. I'm 100% side with you. Yeke went with the Unity Party. Yeke promoted Joseph Boakai in the second round. Joseph Boakai won the election. Yeke went against CDC. Truth being said, we agree with you. But my question to you is this. Is it fair that when you support someone to do what is right and they're not doing what is right, is it fair and is it the best thing to do to oppose that person openly and ensure that they do the right thing by holding them accountable? Isn't that the right thing to do?
If I support you and I know you're not doing the right thing,
Yes.
I will definitely go against you. In a
Okay, so
sense, if I've called you to the table to discuss issue with you and there's no change, there's no redress, obviously I will come back to tell people that this person I supported, I mean, this is not what we all thought it would be. So I am no longer in support of this person. Now, let me come back quickly to this before you take the floor.
Yeah,
Who
30
is
seconds.
Yeke presenting his petition to? Yeke is a lawmaker. I come in, Chief, 1 minute. Yeke is a lawmaker. In the House of Representatives, there is a committee there that is called the Committee on Claims and Petition. Now, the lawmaker are responsible for the committee. It is our responsibility, according to Article 17 of the Liberian Constitution, to peacefully assemble and instruct our representatives to petition the government. Now, we should be going to Yeke to tell Yeke, the government lied to us. In fact, as early as this, they are involved in corruption, and we are not expecting what we see. We're not getting what we expected to get from them. This is our petition. Yeke should be the one to look at this petition. So why Yeke coming to protest?
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Just for the record, before we move on to Monk, and then Sekou will be the last to address the particular issue. Lawmakers can protest. Lawmakers can be part of protest, just for the record. But let's move forward to Monk. Monk, what say you? Because Sekou Kroma made a very good point here. You know, like him or not, like his points or not, he has a valid claim here. And we're not on SKTV in any way, shape, or form admitting or saying that Yeke is leading a protest until we can have the facts to substantiate these claims. We're not, just so we know, these are individual views. And I believe Sekou was just making an assumption in his assertion. Nothing here is for setting. So please don't run to say, oh, SKTV say, Yeke come and bring protest. No. We heard about the protest that is looming or that is being planned, and we are openly discussing it vis-a-vis our investors, vis-a-vis the noise that's going on in the country, and the government just took over. So, Monk, are you there? Okay, if Monk is not there, let's move on to Sekou Kane, because we just spoke with Sekou Kroma. We don't want people confusing the two Sekou, because when they're ready to deal with Sekou, then they'll put both of you together. But Mr. Kane, go ahead, please. Sekou Kane, go ahead.
So, listening to Sekou Kroma, I think I love him. He's a brother that I like, and I like the way he expresses his opinion on issues. The only thing I have asked him, and I will ask him again to do, is a little more research and follow the trend of events. Yeke Koluba was very clear. He was very deliberate in his support to Joseph Nima Boakai in the Unity Party. Beyond that, Joseph Nima Boakai and the Unity Party, they went and asked for Yeke's support. They were calling Yeke every day to come on board and support them. And Yeke told them, Yeke have said that openly, and we have not seen any rebuttal, that he told them, I went against President Weah for being corrupt, for not being a good president, for not doing things the right way. So if you want me to support you, you should promise me that you will do the right thing. And they say, yeah, they will. they took over. Joseph Boakai went to Total and said that he donated 50,000, or I don't know, whatever, how many million Liberian dollar. He gave it to the people that were victims of the fire outbreak or the tanker explosion. Yeke Una asks, where did you get the money from? After telling the world that you were living on loan, you were living on banks for your upkeeping. Depend on bank for your upkeeping. Where did you get the money from? That was the only crime Yeke committed. Let's talk so and talk so. Joseph Nima Boakai and the Unity Party, they were very, very ungrateful to Yeke Kolba after doing everything he did for them. Yeke Kolba told the world that even the place where his wives and children were sleeping in Ghana, their commission was helping him to pay for it. But yet he believed in the wisdom of Joseph Nima Boakai and believed that at the time, that's what Liberian people wanted. He wanted to be with the people, but with the promise that they would do the right thing. So if you went ahead and started doing the wrong thing, and the man came out to ask a question, that was a crime committed by Yeke Kolba. All of a sudden, since United Party people are bullies, then they believe in propaganda and deception, they decided to paint Yeke Kolba as the worst person in the world. The man they were pressing just yesterday, when the man was standing on the same ground against George Weah, when Yeke started to show just a little bit of what he showed to George Weah, asking for transparency, asking for accountability, asking not to be corrupt, Joseph Boakai people then started to insult him. Joseph Boakai started to embrace people who were insulting Yeke Kolba. He started to send people out to take his picture. Those that were insulting, those that would disgrace him, those that would badmouth him, he gave them job. They were the one that showed ingratitude to Yeke Kolba, and Yeke Kolba is reciprocating whatever they gave him. So, on the issue of protest, I can tell you, I will support protests against all ills in the society. I will support protests against Joseph Boakai government when they are proceeding wrongly. Remember, in the first year of George Weah government, June 7, these members of the rescue team, they were all part of the protest, including Joseph Nima Boakai. Oh, it's too soon. Hey, the government just took power. Yes, it was not too soon then. Joseph Nima Boakai was part of that protest. Darius Dillon was on that flatbed truck with a microphone for the protest. Alexander Cummings was part of the protest. Other political leaders, political actors, all of whom were in the opposition, they were part of that protest, whether openly or behind the scene. And in fact, I have a record of some of them spending money, huge money, to support the protest. I was privileged to know that information, and I used to talk to some of them. In fact, when Thomas Fala and other people try to dissuade Yeke Kolba from taking part of it, when they were dishing out money, some of which Mo Ali, Daro Dillon, and Costa received to stop the protest, they went to Yeke Kolba. Yeke Kolba was the only person who refused the money. Yeke Koluba is consistent. You may not like the way he talks. You may not like the way he put out his things. But that's who he is. But when it comes to honesty and consistency, Yeke Koluba is consistent. And Joseph Boakai knew, United Party people knew who Yeke Koluba was when they went asking for his support. Knowing the fact that if they fail to do the right thing, Yeke Koluba will go at them, just as he did with the CDC. So now today they want to say Yeke Koluba is this and that. No, I support Yeke Koluba. And anybody who wants to protest against the wrong thing in the country, I will support it 100%, just the way we supported Joseph Boakai, Alexander Cummings, Yomli Kanga Lawrence, Darrell Dillon, and all the other people who were part of the protest that created the COP. We supported them because we were against George Weah bringing corruption to our country. So it would be hypocritical on the part of any Liberian to go against protest today when you support a protest 6 years ago against George Weah in his first year. That would be hypocrisy. What I can tell you, we are informed. And I have seen some of the materials that people, I don't know who, I'm not going to say who, maybe I know who, but I will not say who, but there will be serious popular uprising against Joseph Nima Boakai government. If they don't put their act together, they will find it difficult to survive it as a government. The country could be very, very, very chaotic, and it may lead to the country being ungovernable for Joseph Nima Boakai if they don't put their act together. Where in the world you elect a president who's supposed to unite the country, and he came and started to divide the country based on job, based on tribalism? Who does that? And then you expect the country to sit down supinely and do nothing? Even you are discriminating among the security personnel, from EPS to the police to AFL, and then you expect a peaceful country? And you're stealing the people money in their light? They're seeing it? Liberian people, the only problem I have with Liberian people, especially commoners, the common people, because they don't take the fight on their own. They're always looking for hero in other people. And if that hero is going to be Yeke Koluba, if it's going to be Henry Costa, if it's going to be Amara Kone, it's going to be anybody who decides to take the lead to fight against corruption, I will support it.
Thank you, Mr. Kane. I think Mark, Mark, we called you earlier, but I think you were busy. So can you respond to this? Can you react? What is your reaction?
It sounds funny when I see people criticizing Yeke, how Yeke or want to question the rescue train when he was one of those that brought on the rescue train. You see, in politics, people make decisions. That is why you should always use your logic rather than emotion. You should get the right information before you make decide as to which side to pick. We got a heart and we got a brain. We can feel sympathetic with the heart, but when it comes to decision making, your brain you can use to make decisions. You weigh all options. Nobody got a crystal ball to predict the future. The presidency is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. That's why before you can catch a ballot for small election, do your due diligence and check all the boxes. Yeke Koluba, from a conviction standpoint, believe that Alexander Cummings was the best president for Liberia, the best candidate for Liberia. But when the whole shenanigans and all this, how they call it, the CPP collapse and the internal politics, maybe he was looking at the momentum on the ground as to where the people are leaning, and he justified on SKTV. He said that I believe in Cummings, but I want to bring people one that's have to respect their will. And I support him on that. You come to an election, you make your choice, you make your decision, and Yeke Koluba win with that flow. So to say that because Yeke brought the rescue train, so he should say that, the same thing happened during the June 7 protest. June 7 protest, some of us left our job, we took the day off, we went to Washington, D.C., we walked for about 3 miles from the Liberian embassy to the White House. One of my homeboys called me like, Cyrus, Why would you leave your job to go and protest in DC and supporting a protest that is led by Henry Costa? I say, you see, that's the problem between you and myself. You see Costa, but the protest that the protest that I tell you is bigger than Costa. So whether he engaged in corrupt activity by going behind the scene, I felt that there was a need to protest against the weird government because of what they were doing. So for you, you see Costa. For me, I saw a protest that was in the best interest of the country at that time. It's the very same thing that happened here with the Yeke Koluba. Who told you that because Yeke Koluba supported the rescue team, so he should sit down and allow Joseph Boga to run roughshod against the Liberian people? Oh, simply because he wanted to be right. No. You see, one thing in politics, we make assumption that I'm trusting Steve to public office. It is Steve's responsibility to go to that office and prove me right or wrong. You cannot say, oh, because Steve not doing well, so my decision was wrong. No, at the time, everybody made a critical analysis and they decided that Joseph Boga was the best option. For me, I said on the show, there is no way in this world, this day and age, I can vote for Joseph Boga. That's my own opinion. But it's not only an opinion. I did my background check. I saw how he did. Whether it's on Madam Salif, whether it's about taking responsibility as a leader, whether it's about bringing people together, I take all my check and balance it before I could pick a side in the fight. But unfortunately, I'm not a Liberian people. Liberian people, they are more than me. They are 5 million plus and strong. But that's my personal opinion. I am just saying that Yeke Koluba picking Joseph Boga cannot be a wrong decision because he was going with the will of the people first and foremost. And he thought Joseph Boga was the person to choose. It is Joseph Boga's responsibility to go and prove Yeke right. That the decision you make to select or elect me, it was a better decision. It's not Yeke's fault. Joseph Boga was given the mantra of authority to lead. So whether Yeke supported him or not and think against him, Yeke is still playing by constitutional requirements and rules. I pick you to go and do the job. If you can't do the job, I'm coming after you. So there is nothing wrong with that.
Thank you so much. Mr. Kane, I wish you, I think SKTV had that little clip of Yeke Koluba. If someone has it, please send it to us. I'm not sure if you still have it. We played it before about Yeke Koluba stating clearly that if he elects Alexander Cummings or
Joseph Boga,
Yuma Boakai, and they do not do what is right, he will come after them. He is on record of saying that. Again, nobody here making case for Yeke, but they play the true elect, put it there. And in fact, this idea that people want to discourage protest. Let me tell you something. It's just that Costa decided to honor man themselves. If Costa has stayed with what is right, do what is right, we wouldn't have this quagmire we have with Joe. But because they decided to take money behind closed door, he had the overwhelming support of the Liberian people. And I believe the Liberian people will support whoever stands up for what is right against the government. Listen, it's about time that we hold our government accountable. And I've always said it. I am in for protest as long as it is not compromised and no funny thing in it. I'm in for it. I support it because protest is one of the ways where people communicate their displeasures to the government. You don't want nobody going in the bush. You don't want nobody passing around and going to war, whatever. No. And protest does not bring war. Protest is critically important in democracy. Protest is important. And for the record, Mark, the sitting Speaker of the House in the United States, when there was protests on the campuses and other places, he went there. So lawmakers can partake into protests. Democratic representatives were arrested before. Republican representatives were arrested before when they went into other protests. So this idea that, let me tell you something. Anybody who will do what is right, as long as we are standing with our people, I stay with you. I'm not worried about y'all, the government and the other person in the political party. And I'm not worried about it. It made the government there. Let it do what is right and stop the foolishness. Let them get serious. And protests should not be killed. Protest should not be undermined. Protest should not be something that people should take lightly. Protest is important. It's part of our constitution, and it must be done. And we're not going to sit there and say, oh, and the other person can bring protest, the other group of people can bring protest. Oh, and the other person brought protest. Oh, no, Joe Wiata. You leave that story. If Steve, right, we'll support it. Steve. If they do what is wrong, we'll call for protest and we'll encourage the Liberian people to stand for the protest. Like the only way the program made their voices heard. Go ahead, Amon. Sorry about that.
The point you just made, it was the very reason that I said on this show that what brought the CDC government down. When the COP came out with that 14 demand, I told them, they used to say protest can bring war. I said, no, people that want to bring war go into the butchers, the first go and buy arms, they assemble men and put in the butchers. How can you make the case that somebody bringing protest and mean they want to come and overthrow a government? No, it's not a reason for protest. When we told them, we said, this whole thing about a protest is more about causes. It's not about, but you know what happened? CDC went and weaponized it. That you can abuse the Liberian people. You know, CDC came with the mentality that, you know what? The Liberian people came from war, they are fresh. So we can just rip them off, we can abuse them, and they will accept it. So every time they want to protest, we say, oh, you're bringing war. CDC government unaware is the only government on the planet that stage or counter protest against another protest while being in power.
Yeah.
You know, in every country in the world, when protesters are protesting, the government provides security, the government encourages them to do it, even if they're not side with their I mean, if they don't take side as to the support of the protest, but they will stay accepted because they are the ruling power. I mean, the ruling party. But it only happened in Liberia that a ruling party will stage or counter protest while in power, because they bought into the notion that, you know what, when you bring in protest, you bring in war. So they thought that was the excuse to abuse the Liberian people, and he could walk away scot-free because people are afraid of war. That's why they told him. It's the very same thing here. When there is a protest, when there is a need, when there are causes that warrant a protest, the Liberian people will protest and nobody will stop them. So the whole idea that just because you supported the rescue train, you brought in the power, you cannot protest. No, it's a twisted mindset. It's a different ideology. It does not hold in a democracy. Yega Koluba brought this man to power with the expectation that he would do the right thing. If he fails to, Yeke will go and take him on. That's just where it is. That's politics.
And from my standpoint, I say it again. Protest, despite others will say right thing is not being done, support whoever want to protest. You ask a very simple question. And the question, do we think when there's a protest in Liberia,
yeah, Sekou couldn't make it. He said, do I think if there's a protest in Liberia? We'll soon go to the line.
It's an internet issue.
Yeah, Sekou, my man, if you can come back real quick. We want to get your points so we can go to the line. Melbourne, my man, quickly.
What's going on, Melbourne? I ain't hearing from you that much today, bro.
1 minute, Melbourne. What say you quickly before we go to the line? We need to go to the line to hear from our people.
Melbourne is muted.
Good. So, like I said, I just sit back quietly and just listen to all of you. Your views are all important, and Liberia is not easy. Like during I was telling someone, I said, this country look like, let me remove Steve so that I can be able maybe to get the position that Steve is into, but I don't care about maybe how to improve the life of the people that Steve was serving. So mind you, even this information about the soldier who shot himself, according to the information, when that happened this morning, because some of all we have our brothers and sisters, and in fact we even have some of our relatives also in the army. So they call us. They say, "Oh, maybe yeah, what happened?" So look, Steve is in a monk, and the Liberian people, there are serious disenchantment in the army. Let me be frank. Let me just John Sekou and say this. I know sometimes maybe some of you don't want to hear this, but some of our soldiers, they are not happy. And the one who died now, according to information, he joined the army since 2007. So we're talking about close to almost 17 years. 17 years someone served for, and even he was making not less than 200, according to what I got from there. So, people are just better. People are angry. Things are not moving the right way from both sides, from security, from the private sectors, from everywhere, even from the government. So things are not just normal. And see our government sitting back like everything is okay. They are all, everything that people want is just positions, especially those rescue people. They just want positions, remove Steve, and so that maybe the person can get position. That's another thing. So, back to Yega Koluba protest of sorry. Back to what? Yes, indeed.
I think we have the video here to play it so we can listen to Yega before the elections. Let me see. I'll try to see if I can upload it from my end here. Oh no. Let me remove it quick. Seku will probably upload it. Seku, if you can you please upload it? He's still up. Seku's still working the back end with it, and we have to get to the point where we have this mindset. We have this mindset of we have to definitely get into this place. So, Monk, but either way, this is starting very early. Some people say 4 months. I bring back they bring back our money, 16 billion protests.
Yeah.
Mapo
exercise.
Yes, it started off early too as well.
Yeah.
And I want to say this, for me, say what you want to say. I supported protests during George Weah time. I will support protests during Joseph Boakai time. And when and if Cummings become president and his administration misbehaves, I will support protests. No record for that. Nobody got time for that foolishness where everybody should fall in line and nobody should say anything. Everybody should be afraid and nobody should come out to protest. And we protest. No. Protests don't bring no war. No way. It does not bring any war. So we'll play the short clip and we'll get straight to listen to our people. Let's hear from our people from back home. We need to play the short clip. Yeah, let's bring Seku back home. Seku, Mama, you are making your point and you just left.
I
think we got a clip of
the current jet trip that was, but at least are back now.
Yeah, so what was your question quickly before we try to get to the lines here?
The question you asked here was that when protest was okay for this country, how investor was going to see, whether investor was going to come. I cannot quote you exactly, but what I want to say is that protest is not good for Liberia. And every time we protest, we drive investor away from this country. And if this continue, my brother, we're still going, or we are still into what we are into, for all to realize good governance right now, for all to realize enjoyment in our country, for all to realize what we need to realize as Liberians, it's going to be a little bit difficult things for us. Protest is not good.
No, protest is good. We can't say protest is not good. Who stop that? So how do you expect the people to air their voices? How? In what way should they do that? How should the Liberian people, with all the rigmarole and the corruption and the blatant violation of the laws in the country, how do you expect the people to make their voices heard or known? How?
So every government that comes will protest. Every government that comes will keep protesting and protesting.
Yeah, but any government, if you don't protest, then that means the constitution that you quoted in Article 17, that means you yourself you are violating that constitution. That part that you quoted, because you know what? It gives them the right to protest, to petition the government. Because the protest is not good.
Protest.
What is it?
In that constitution, there's nothing there called protest. It's a
peace. Oh, you are using the word protest. You are using the word protest. But the definition of protest in itself means you assemble peacefully. That's what it means. They didn't use the word protest there, but they defined what protest was in the constitution. So that the same thing you're talking. You're just using one word to put everything in one place. But what protest? Let's define protest what it means. It means for people to assemble peacefully. That's what it means. When you disagree with your government, that's exactly what it means. So the people are doing exactly what it says. In abroad, we may protest low say that's not a demo or that's not a bad thing. Protests are not bad thing. That's how the people tell the government they're in disagreement with them. So you're expecting the Liberian people, 22 million, just walk out of the door. And the Senate went and say, oh, they forgive the Minister of Public Works. Okay, Liberian people should just say that. You get in shady deals with Russian people who are sanctioned. You get the government doing all kinds of shenanigans. And you say, oh, the people should just sit and go to the chair and pray. That's what you want. Okay, then let everybody go to the chair and go pray.
And that's the thing about democracy, right? Democracy is not an emotional game. The same constitution that call for peaceful assembly, and it's not even guaranteed to be peaceful. But still, people must protest everywhere in the world.
Exactly.
We're having trouble uploading it in the system. It's not playing. I updated, loaded it, but it's not playing.
Just send it to me.
Maybe I can just play it here from the phone. You can hear.
So while at it, we're not working.
Still not working. Let me send it to Seku. Maybe you can try to play it from your end.
Yeah, Seku, let me send it to you so you can try from your end.
And folks, today is Friday. I haven't heard anything from Seku yet, and we know update. Seku, we won't see our cash app and our Zelle and some update. I ain't hear that sound for a very long time. That Chinchinko sound, I haven't heard. I don't know how. It's Friday. And don't forget, we didn't even do any fundraiser for last week. So technically, we are a week behind. So today, I expect for you guys to show up, man. This SKTV, man. You'll do something this Friday.
Let me see here. Yeah, so I'll send it to you while we try to check this thing. Right?
Yeah,
so I think one person has sent something. Boy, did you hear me? That update you get.
What government is
one person, a female.
No, that's unheard of. I mean, put our number on the screen, please. Our people will show up today. Today is a Friday. We didn't do nothing last Friday anyway, so we're behind time, man.
Let me do that. But maybe that person already has a number.
She got Gigi. She said, "Mom, you came and spirit for money visit." No, the operation you gotta do, folks. It's Friday.
Yeah, hold on. Second, I'm about to upload this thing here real quick. We just want to listen to Yaga quickly what he said.
Yeah, I've already done it. Just to share on the screen. If it's there, guys, let me know. Is it there?
Yeah, I think Second, you can see it, right? Yeah, there. I seen it. Let me see if I can upload it.
It's here.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear that.
Addressing and prosecuting the corruption. We're not going after individual. We're going after the opposition in the first 100 days. Can start arresting and prosecuting the corruption. We're not going after individual. We're going after the system. If the system is corrupt and you link to the system, we will arrest you. The opposition cannot do that. They want to say that and say we empower, want to do it. Look, let me tell you, if Joe Wajan see what I've said to Joy Weir is small.
That's it.
Politics don't see age. Politics don't see transition. Politics see the interests of the people and go after the interests of the people. Now I don't believe in political party. I believe in the Liberian people. So if you think you get a representative, you got all of you that voted for me, you think say you want me to close my mouth to hell with all of you. The process has just started. I've been consistent for 6 years. No makeup. In the history of this country, I've been consistent for 6 years. With all the trauma and the harassment I'm going through, I stay consistent. So the people believe in the name Yeke. I'll take two more questions.
That's it.
Yeah, they're right. They believe in the name Yeke and I'm not committed to any political party. That's it right there. That's
thank you so much.
Protest.
Yeah, Sekou, thank you so much. Sekou, let's take some call really quick, please, while we are waiting for our people to do the needed contribution. Yeka's been clear, it's been consistent on the record. That's one of the things.
Yeke already finished. Yeke already shut up my more, yeah.
Yeke is saying to him your own supporter.
Yeah, and Sekou, Yeke said these things, before Joe Baga took over.
Yep.
Yes. And Sekou, Sekou, do the needful, and maybe you can retry what you said about Yeke, and maybe apologize to him. Yeah, I mean, because
when Yeke talk about wanting to
let me take the cause, yeah.
Yes, please.
Take the cause, I beg you. 081 14 35 04 0776 105 105 are the numbers. 081 14 35 04 0761 105 105. Let's hear you. Put your calls right now on 0881 14 35 04. We go to the line and see what I can take this pricing. Hello. 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 Okay, another pricing. Keep the calls coming to 0881 14 35 04. What's going on here? Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good evening. Your name, where you calling from?
I'm calling from Charlie.
Welcome. Let's hear you quickly.
First, let me say thank you for opportunity and the update that you people keep on giving to the public. Danger in the Liberian people that you can lie, not lie to maintain the power. Women boycott came on the basis of lies. That's the reason why you see there are so many contradictions in his government that none of them have face to confront the Liberian people about the reality currently in this country. Like Honorable Yeke always say that consistent. You see, I've been at CDC, and what you get been doing, to be honest, I've loved his start with composed document on this.
All right. Oh my God. Oh my God. Put your calls on 081 14 35 04 0776 105 105. Let's hear you. 081 14 35 04 0776 105 105. 0881 14 35 0776 105 105. Let's hear you if you're there this evening hour. 081 14 35 04 0776 105 105. Let's hear you this evening. Waiting for callers, guys. I don't know what's going on.
But then you don't have a caller, that's good. We can talk.
Okay.
I still have a lot to say.
Oh, got
So,
someone
Steve,
coming.
So,
Hello?
you got somebody already?
Your name, where you call from?
Yeah, I'm myself from Zero.
Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you for the topic of discussion. Yeah, I want to hear the point pertaining to the Kolba issue.
Okay.
Yeah, although you Kolba supported the stream, but you know, Liberia politics, it changed on a daily basis. Now, Joe Buckeye, we don't put up with Joe Buckeye.
Hello? Sub is very well. Never you. Hello?
Yeah, good evening.
Your name, where you calling from?
My name is Emmanuel Dwalu, and I do join the conversation from Magibi District 5.
Emmanuel, welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, let me say to Steve and Mo, the idea of protest is not bad, but let them come down and do the protest. But you just said in America, then you say people must go protest where you there with your family, everything. Who must be the front liners? You come down and join your gang.
Oh, but I've been part of protest. Things I've been part of protest from Save the State. They are part of it too.
Thank you. This person. Hello?
Hello?
Your name, where you calling from?
Nathan Tengwe calling from Peace Island.
Let's hear you.
Thank you so much. Why would those guys are in the studio there in the States? You know, when you organize this, it will be good that all of you guys should be present. You come down. Nobody again you get from protesting. He let him protest for 6 years. Let him be in the street every day. Unity Party will never Crefa or Yeke like CDC. Unity Party is a responsible party. Okay? Let him be in the street for the whole 6 years. Let him protest. Nobody care for him. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Let's take another person. Hello? Hello? This pricing. Hello? Your name, where you call from?
Yeah, this is Dexter speaking.
Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good evening. I'm phoning from Kawa this evening.
Let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, the program is good. It's informative. There's a lot of people when someone says Unity Party is irresponsible. How can you be responsible? We talk about 285 machine and later on you come and say no, the Jew have not been found. I mean, it's kind of disjointed. How can you be responsible when your comment minister come and say rice will be sold for 18.50 USD? The president go and call the great dealer and later he went out of the meeting. I mean, that's not responsible. How can you be responsible? You have a president appointing 4 presidents to 1 position. That's irresponsible. So the welcome me, and it's good approach to protest. It should just be peaceful, and it should be peaceful. I will call for every part of what people protest. So that's what every one of your police say, every government people protest. Even in America, President Macron had a higher protest in the history of France. If you follow his record. All right. So yeah, protest is necessary. Unity should be peaceful. That's all. So protest is guaranteed on the fundamental right of every human being. So we're going to protest the time come. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Go to the line, take another person
It's
quickly.
still got
Hello?
intelligent people,
Good evening.
Your name, where you calling from?
This is Paul Souza.
Paul, welcome. Let's hear you.
Thank you. And I heard you saying that protest is not good. They can fear investor. And the first thing when they war protest is not to fight one another. Say what on your mind, what affecting you to put your plight before the government.
Okay.
So it doesn't mean any harm to any other person. And protest when citizens were in power, President, we are not spend 2 months in chair. When those guys started protesting all around here, going against it, the other one happened, the other thing happened. So why is it today people taking protest to be bad? Thing our go in the past, but today is bad. Those things are not correct. And when people say they're going to protest, there's no need for you to go against somebody. There's a Yeke Korba that they were celebrating. They used to tote it all around here, but now it turn around. Then they say, "Oh, Yeke Korba is bad in this." There are a lot of bad things that President William and President Walker been doing. Can you imagine the man who never gave pepper made to small child from 1908? But the incident that happened in Bon County, it did a huge amount of money where you were not having no money. They see the AFL incident that happened, where first time in history for Labrador not to have Armed Forces Day. There are a lot of bad things that Baka doing up to now. The men been doing instead.
Thank you.
So,
thank you so much.
We have to talk about all of those things. So people when I say protest is not correct.
Thank you.
So
Let's take this person to be our last lucky caller. Hello.
Hello.
Name, where you calling from?
Thank you. This is Pascal Davis from District 6.
Pascal, welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you so kindly. Firstly, let me say to one of the panelists who is against protests or peaceful assembly, you will also be going against the Constitution. And more besides, even if Liberian would not protest, it will not be under this government. You know, whatsoever a man do, and that's why they after him. And so they taught us how to protest, and they've informed us that protest is a constitutional right.
Okay.
So this is a government that respects the rights of people. I know they will induce protest and they will live by protest. No, Mr. Yeke was very right when we told people that it was just sitting enough for people to always have a view on government, but it must be done in a more safer manner.
Okay.
They said no, they rewarded Mr. Yeke. So we will join the guy the other day. In fact, some of us are not prepared to make Yeke a senator. So they're getting tired with him. We also been celebrating Yeke. So I mean, we no day, I can say for free. If protest will scare away investors, we are willing to ensure that investors will not come to the country because we will put.
Thank you.
Nobody must stay in the corner and think that we will not protest. Protest will drive away investors. It will take people from here. Law.
Thank you very much.
Law. We will protest.
Thank you.
In your head. We'll join Mr. Koluba and we'll protest in the country.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, guys. That's it. I have to leave you too.
Yes, Sekou, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Give us an update, Sekou.
Yeah, Sekou, let us update because.
Yeah, so the last time I checked, it was about, let me see here. About 6 people.
Wow.
Came through 6.
Yeah, people, you do your due diligence, man. Today's Friday. But anyway, go ahead, Sekou. I just wanted to remind you, just to give.
Yeah, that's okay. You know, Mong, let me tell you something. If people going to be scared away, you know, for you asking them to support SKTV, then there might be time we should stop asking people to support us.
Okay.
Because we don't want to seem like beggars.
Yeah.
Whatever we do, we did it here for several years. It was towards the end of last year when the same people ask us to be reminding them to support us.
Yep.
So that we cannot do everything on our own. And we don't want to overburden people to support SKTV. Those who wants to do it, you can do it willingly, voluntarily, but nobody is forced to do anything. And besides, we saw the need, to do show on a daily basis, 7 days a week. We used to do, personally, when I used to do it on my own time. When I feel like doing a show, I'll come and do a show. And it came to a point where, a lot of people say, let's have some consistency. We decided to do like a two days in a week. Then we take it to 3 days. But in the heat of the campaign, people needed information to help them make decisions. That will also help, their messages out there. We decided to go full-fledged. And those things are time-consuming.
Indeed.
It takes away resources. It takes away, time and energy.
Yep.
And when we were asking people to support, it means that people to somehow appreciate or compliment or supplement what we are doing, especially when we have people on the ground. But we don't depend on people donation here or upkeeping or for survival. We just believe that we got to help each other, help us help you. But if some of you feel somehow, discouraged, we might not do that. Or we will maybe make adjustment to our, appearance on the show or doing show. We don't really have to do show for you to hear information. There are a lot of other people out there.
Seku.
Yeah.
Let me come in.
Go ahead.
Let me be fair. For me, I got free market capitalist idea. I believe in supporting causes that I believe in. I know the SKTV thing, it was an adventure that you took on. You know my position. I don't tell some personal stuff on the show, but I go beyond the call of duty to come here to learn my verse. Some people say, Mom, we don't see you on camera. Like, let me tell you something. I've been in hospital for the past 6 months,
Yeah.
I'm picking up, been doing great. You've been having a serious medical condition, had to do a surgery. That's the length of time, but still I try my best. I believe if we will come here and take our time, take our resources, go beyond extraneous measures just to come and get information, and people don't want to show up. I know you can still run this show without the help of people, but there is a need. Life is about give and take. If you believe in something, for me, I keep telling you, I've been on Facebook for the longest, but once in a while I used to call on the local Julia show, now we're calling the TV show. There was a need. There was something that I saw in SKTV that made me to sign up for this. I said, you know what, it's tough, but I will still make sure I come here anytime I think I can make it here. That's why I came on the show. I will not come on the show, take my time, do research, come with information, and be here all the time, even on strenuous circumstances. Then I got guys from back there calling me, Monk, you're not eating your picking and the people. I will not do that. If you come with SKTV, we come here, we do our stuff, and we try to help. If you cannot do the nearly, come on, we are more than 500 here on any given day, and we on every platform. Think about radio station, think about buying data for those guys back home. Sometimes we come here, like what I said, Seku. I told you, Seku, I know you don't like to say this thing, but I will say for me, I don't do things behind the scene. I like to tell people straight up. That's the kind of person I am. We shouldn't be getting at least less than 25 or 30 people on a given day on Friday. I would say Friday, at least once in a week. Seku. If people cannot even commit to just $20, 30 people on a weekday, then there is nothing, because they are operational costs. These guys, like the other time, your other kid called me. I don't want to call you. He said, brother, I'm not in the room. And you don't want me to say, oh, because there are a lot of cyber activity that have been going on. So I had to take all the guys from the group and bring them back later. I didn't know that, but you told me. So if I would be waking up, if I would be doing research for you just to give you the information, we're taking our time, then the guys from Labrador be calling me. No, I don't think I have that extra resources to go that far. The most I can do here to come and say what we can, and do what we can do. But I bet you if this platform was about insult, it was about gossip, it was about lies, there will be people contributing thousands of dollars. I know what they can do. I saw these people generating more than $17,000 within 3 hours time. But guess what? Because we decide to do the right thing, we decide to put in the time, so they don't think that it's worth it. So for me, if I can see a commitment, at least for people to come and show appreciation for the time that we put in on the show to help our guys back there. I mean, someone said, Britain, when you calling for money, I said, no, don't think that I'm getting, asking for money because I'm getting paid. I've never received a penny from Seku. I won't call Seku, I won't volunteer to do this stuff because most of my people in the diaspora, like, if we will have a feature in Liberian, you must be a participant in the process. And it's one of the things that I saw. I said, but then SKTV being on 15, being on all the radio stations in all 15 countries, that's a leverage that even people in the diaspora could take advantage of. So for me, SKTV is not about politics. It's just about the well-being of the country and holding these guys accountable. So if the people who come, take upon the time to come here every day, if you cannot do the littlest thing, sometimes I come on the show, I share to all the forums, and people come here like, I always, if you can observe when I come on the show, I would say, comment, like, and share. Comment, like, and share. That's the least you can do. So when a Friday comes, if you cannot even commit to like $20 just once in a week, then I don't know. Then I don't think there will be a need for me to be on this show. I'm saying it upfront, you know what I mean, Seku, I'm saying as a brother, you call me, you told me about this project, and I like, you know what, I will do it, even though I'm not in the right position, but I will still try my best because I think it's a greater cost. But the way things looking at, I will not support this because I think it's
more. Don't discourage. Don't be discouraged. Yeah, don't. I understand.
Yeah,
but you know, there will be time, like you said, if you were on your feet full flesh, like you know, before we were not needing anybody to do stuff, right? Steve, same thing. I hear, you know, the calls I received. When you started receiving those calls, you're like, wow.
I know I don't receive call on people. Nobody call me
in the morning.
Yeah, the moment I came on SKTV
and for data, you know, just to get information. So yeah, you know, but you know, like, don't get me wrong. There are people that the frustrating thing part of the whole thing. There are people who will always come through, but it can't be like that. It can't be just one group of people or few people every day. You know, sometimes I don't want to see someone who put in contributions there, to be honest, because we don't want to overburden anybody. Seku, yeah, but you know, you're right, but I don't just want you to.
No, Seku, let me make another comment.
We'll do our best.
Let me make another comment here. You know, every time you make an announcement and say, oh, one of our regular contributors, I don't like that word regular contributor because regular contributors sound to me like we are overburdening few people.
Yeah.
I want to see rotational. Let's assume with 500 a year and 20 people give $20 a year or 25 people give, this Friday. I want to see new contributor the following week so that one person or few people are not the one, covering the expense. I like to see a rotational. So when I hear about new contributor, it makes me happy about it. Say like, oh, when our brother who always give again. No, I don't like that because for me, I think it's overburdened to a certain extent. We want a rotational so that way people don't feel burdened. And I would say if our people feel that there's no need for them to even support our guys on ground, then I don't know. I would think about that, but I don't want to go that route. But I'm just telling them just so they know because some of us will go beyond the call of duty to make sure we're on the show. Sometimes I can be running. I will call Steve and say, Monway, I said, bro, I will join you in 15 or 20 minutes. I'll rush him back to my picking ball. You know what? That's why it is. We'll try our best, but there should be a need, and I think people should play their role. You know, it's the least you can do. All right, guys.
Yeah. So Steve,
thank you, Mark.
I think we've been here for 3 hours. I'm not sure how long you want to be here.
No. We'll call it a
3 minutes. Yeah. So something I saw the other day. It was yesterday. You know, a few days ago, when the whole yellow machine issue came about, We came on SK TV, we informed the Liberian people that there were some things behind this whole yellow machine issue that's way more than you can imagine, or more than you know. And we saw people attacking and targeting Mama Ability, who is the Minister of State without portfolio at the Ministry of State, which means the executive mansion. And we told the people that whatever Mama Ability is doing, it is with the acquiescence of the president, everything she does. And people argue. Now, an audio surfaced wherein Mama Ability was talking about how the president is aware how the distribution of the machines, she did it in collaboration with the Minister of Public Works. And one thing we also said that was also confirmed, you saw Front Page Africa came the other day and said yellow machine for Wologisi Mountain. We broke the news here when we said Wologisi Mountain was part of the initiative, the conversation about Joseph Nyuma Boakai deal that happened involving his wife. I'm sorry, his son and the minister and others. We informed you that there was a meeting in Ghana and there was a subsequent meeting in South Africa. We informed you that the company was a mining company that was promised to be governed Wologisi Mountain.
Mr. Kane, Mr. Kane, I beg you. Let me just hold you right there. Please, for a second, let me apologize to you. Let go. Let go. The people are not ready for the information. Let go.
Why? What happened?
Oh, you know, me, I believe in. You see, me, I'm a straight talker. I don't believe in going around in circles. These people, most of them, yeah, there are some committed people, please don't know, but the majority of them, they're not ready for that kind of information. Let we go tomorrow, we'll come talk about this. When we come tomorrow, you start talking again, they're not complying, we'll call the show, we'll move on. And I wouldn't want in charge of the show. We'll keep moving the town, say, man, get sleep, we'll sleep.
Yeah, what tomorrow? We'll see what think about that.
Yeah, let's go tomorrow. We'll come tomorrow again. Tonight, we'll put ourselves together. Let's not waste our time. Let's go.
I hold on. I think we should share some information. Anyway, let me update you guys why but I think we should share some information when we are here. I think we can meet and have a conversation when we can limit the amount of time we come on the daily basis. We can come out maybe twice a week or 3 times a week. We can manage that. But Steve, hold on 1 second. Almost a year or 2 ago, when I used to do shows sometimes 1 time a week, or sometimes I will go 2 weeks, I don't do show, I come out. Or you don't want to say, oh, Mr. Kenneth, the people can make the show. Let's do it. Let's be consistent a little bit.
I'm not with them. I'm not with them.
You don't want to say we'll be consistent.
I'm not with them. I move with them.
But that time nobody was doing anything. So why now? When you
I'm not with them. Mr. Kane, let me tell you, I'm not with them. Let me tell you something. The thing one monk said, I'm saying here quietly, just listen to both of you. Some of these people take their hard-earned money and give it to people who don't impact the community. Don't say nothing, don't do nothing. You don't come out and put them and disrespect them. I mean, there's will be saying now, oh, what they call, but that kind of 11 man will close the show, will go. We close the show, will go.
Yeah, they will call you back.
We close the show, will go. Me, I will watch TV. I will do jumping jacks.
So we're gonna be talking now.
Tomorrow, the Champions League final. Can you imagine that?
And I'm coming tomorrow. I'm watching the Champions League.
But then we can skip tomorrow. If that Steve, somebody asking for the cash app number. I think
I'm not coming Sunday. I'm not coming tomorrow. I'm not coming morning. I will be watching Champions League too. I will watch Champions League. I watch it with you. I'm not all I do with it.
But we can have time. So
okay, the thing about time, folks, that's what I know. No show on weekend.
Why?
Tomorrow, I'm Real Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, final of Champions
League. I will put my phone in the area in the couch. Watch. In fact, second I will call you. We'll be discussing the play-by-play discussion. I put more on 3 ways. That will lead the people. Let them go with their time. That means it'll be working. I don't even want what it goes in. Did that story? Did that thing.
And it won't be bad because we already worry about Papa. So when you cross the eye, then they will be there, but still on that side.
But with the Papa, I can take corrupt money from them. I would have Papa. Don't see me there. I would have.
So somebody asked for this the cash app number. Just push that. So yeah. So Mong, so I was saying first I was like 6 people at that time. So let me see. Yeah. 2.
I got to send my 120 cents. Oh, well, I was saying,
you said 120, right? Well, you said
I was saying my 120 because I know that me and I come on the weekend.
But I got some skepticism here though. You know, sometimes when I see during the 5 on one, I got according to man, the way Sekou can be posting all the food on Facebook, he'll be asking for money. I said, bro, I mean that 5 more times. Sekou, enjoy yourself, enjoy your food, please, please. I don't want to politics.
Don't mind you need to party partisan. Fully want to war protesting to their own office today. You serious?
So more, you got 12 people now. From 6 to 12.
Yeah.
The people protesting to their own office today.
25 to 30 on average, bro. We
yeah. So 4082. Yeah, the person who checked Kwadu Delano. Yes, that number is correct. It's both Zelle and Cash App.
Sekou, you know one thing I learned in American politics, but even during the campaign time, I learned that from the Obama campaign. They used to discourage people from sending large amount of money. They only want their regular, consistent 20 bucks, 10 bucks, because it might look small, but it add up.
Yeah.
And that way people don't feel burdened. You know,
now we're consistent, but how many people can, because a lot of people be willing to do that.
Yeah, to do more. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when our regular contributors say $100, they know.
I can feel bad to say, but you know, I mean, even somebody saying penny, I always like to announce. Even they say don't call my name, I will call the money. You know.
I'm hearing they're planning to boycott me and Mo birthday. Let me tell you, our birthday we already cancel. We don't want Sunday.
June 11, they said they won't boycott already.
We cancel our birthday. We don't want anything cancel.
Because yesterday you want to boycott the people.
Tomorrow we'll boycott your Sunday. We cancel our birthday. What happened?
We're not canceling nothing.
June 15th at the time we'll show up on the show.
Yeah,
June 15th.
But tomorrow is the final, right?
Yeah, tomorrow the Champions League final. So people must start later because I'm not missing that game. That's once in a lifetime opportunity.
What time the Champions League can start? What time the final can start?
2 o'clock.
You see, one thing about Eugenia is on top of the issue. Somebody was asking for the Zelle and the cash out. Eugenia already, pushed it.
Anything you want boycott, you know they said they will boycott final day too. Listen, your boycott.
Who said that?
In fact, you know how encourage you to do. You even decide. You say you'll get divorced. We not get problem with that.
Oh,
boycott your show.
You boycott your birthday and final day.
Yeah, we wanted to boycott everything.
Eugenia that person here. I see the one on the front.
Need that story, man. Eugenia.
See, I want to know something. What did he do to Eugenia? Eugenia always on your case.
Nothing. Eugenia.
Because your case, so you said she was not a stakeholder. That's why from that time she stayed behind you.
But she stayed as stakeholder. You know they say.
No, that one I
See,
lie.
that's the
I disagree on that one. Yo, I disagree on
no.
that one.
Listen, listen.
They still hold up.
No, I know what happened between Steve and Eugene, right?
What
Eugene
happened?
believe that Steve can be tough on women when it comes to this social issue. I think that why from my own sense, from my own
Yeah, you know, Mom, you're right. One lady called me the other day and said, well, why is it that Steve was excited about the Senegalese president getting 2 wives?
Yeah, I'm a boy. I'm a favorite president
The
right
president,
now.
but Steve stupid. I said, why the man stupid? So why the man was so excited about Senegalese man having 2 wives?
I'm saying with the man. Any other time do a woman, I say with the man. What do you mean? You got to stay with me.
Yeah, that's why I was there between the two.
I stay with the man, Mr. Cannon. That board, my favorite president in the country right now.
My man, Felicia said the poor boycott your and she will buy your dinner or the 2 of your birthday.
Oh yeah, that's June 11.
But June 11, but me I will not boycott. I will be
Stephen myself.
I'll make sure. I'll make sure our people celebrate, you know, the birthday of the 2 of the best guy on any talk show.
Yeah,
because you know what, Mom is different. Steve is a different guy. And Mom, let me tell you something today. Somebody also told me that you made them weak. Even though they come to me, they say, Mom made me weak when Donald Trump president today, but I was still going to be for the sake of the show. No, Mom, that Donald Trump thing, you better stop.
All right, I'm not bringing to the story here until we go for the election. I'm out of the whole. Steve, please don't bring American politics here. And even if you bring, I will not respond because it seems like my Liberian people and their whole conservative and liberal thing here.
Yeah, nobody lay a view on Donald Trump thing.
No more analysis from me about American politics. I'm making a pledge today, especially on a Friday. Don't even bring that discussion here, bro. I'm not even going that route. Just so you know. Because we got to find out what's going on with our people when it comes to Friday. So since the
Mongo, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So Mongo, the way they conflicted Donald Trump like that, what you think the appeal process will be?
Oh, you are taking to the parliament.
But I thought you said you will not respond to anything I have to do.
You setting me up? Oh, my man, you bad. All right, I got you now. We're not doing that anymore. Yeah, conviction, no conviction, criminal, and the American people decide on November 5th. No more analysis about American politics. I'm done. I mean, Oseko get me the record. We're not talking American politics. I'm talking on a Friday. No.
Mom, Steve is a bad guy. But you know what? You guys cut me off. I think I need to explain to our people about what happened. Steve is bad. But let me see what happened. You know, on a serious note, sometimes when Steve hold me and say, don't say this, don't say that, don't say this, don't say that, sometimes I can just, hold myself. But when we got information, we got to share it. Let me tell you something. Even some people, then when they call me, they give me certain information. They say, please, this is confidential. I can confess, especially when that critical information about Liberia. Most likely I will share it with the people there. Yeah, maybe we'll not share it with the public, but it's hard for you to keep it. Because sometimes so information, when you get it, you need a second hair. Some of them can be really big. When we got information that Joseph Nima Bwaka was part of this deal, that in fact his son traveled 2 times along with some minister. When we got the names of some of the rescue senators that were part of the deal, I was really, really discouraged about Liberia, to be honest with you. How and where in the world a president will go and encourage selling our natural resource to criminals for little or nothing? Similarly, when I heard that the president, you know, when the president came out of the meeting, so the president boycotted, the president walked out of the meeting with the rice dealers and stuff like that. I was like, how? And then the rice importers call me with 3 people on the line to confirm what it, because they know me. I don't even take calls that I don't know. So they were calling me. I was not taking it from WhatsApp, and then somebody texted me and told me who they were. And she said, they want to talk to SKTV. For the other guys, is this Steve? I said, no, this is Seiko. They said, we listened to you guys talking about how the president walked out of the meeting with the rice importers and the commerce minister calling us cartels. So, like, let's give you guys the true information. So everything was going good. They were the one that called us that they needed support from us. We said whatever we're supposed to pay, beside the regular fees and taxes, whatever we're supposed to give to government officials, we already did it with George. We are government. They said, but they are no longer in power. We don't hear. So they the one asked the people then to give them some deposit, but then we don't want to do that. We're not going to actually, take the burden. The country people, the people then, the ordinary people who are buying the rice, they're going to have to pay for it. So they agree on that particular type of rice. I don't know, they call it parbor, whatever they call it, parbor rice from India. They say, okay, they're going to increase that price from $17 to $18 or to $20. So in there, every single bag of rice, Joseph Barguy will get between 30 and 25 to 30 cents. Every bag of rice, not just one container, every single bag of rice.
Wow.
Yeah. About 30 cents. So the people say, well, if that's going to be the case, then we will inflate the price. But then they say, okay, government says you can do it, but just make sure you have alternatives. You have other rice that will be cheaper. So those who cannot afford this one, because of being expensive, because that's the most popular one that people like. So they say, okay, if the people can afford that, have an alternative. But they say, but how are we going to tell the people? How are we going to increase the price? They said they should tell the people that the price has been increased from the source. That means where they can get it from. India. They're the same people that came. When they got a backlash now from the public, they went out and say, the Russian importer told us it was India that actually did it, but we went to India, we talked to the people there were no increment in prices. That got the people angry. So they're trying to take us not to be liars. So we will go and expose them. That's how they call us, to tell us exactly
what happened. Wow.
So because of that, now they are so angry, they're trying to run the people out of business under the pretext we are going to award the rice importing, to Liberians. Imagine. Some of these rice importers were there from Ellington to Jowea time. The bucket start. Because now they put their butt outside, they're trying to run them out of business. And creating their own importers. They're not enough for Liberians, enough for all Liberians. I bet you go and apply to say you want to be a rice importer in Liberia. What they will tell you to pay. If you're not one of them, then you will come and tell me later. So to see the country going on that kind of route, and then before you look, the signing contract with some criminal mining company to give them Wologisi Mountain. So when Front Page Africa came back and solidified what we said on SKTV, I was like, wow, we have vindicated again. Then one of the interesting part of it, if you read, I don't know whether you read the Front Page Africa reporting on the same thing. Some member of the rescue team that were part of it, that even received money, they told Front Page Africa that, oh, you know, we didn't know that Mama Capelete was going to take it to that extent, because we thought it's going to be just a bonus. Yes, and the actual deal will happen, but Mama Capelete wanted to have a concession on these things. Instead of they wanted to just sweep it on the carpet, take glory, without telling the people how they were acquired. But again, when I heard the information yesterday that, you know, Mama Capelete voice was out there, and Joseph Nima government said they were not aware through the ministry that nothing was going on here. It's just a conversation. You know, forgetting to know that there are other people who were involved, that they are giving information. Information minister saying one thing, accountability then, and other people saying another thing. When she said that the distribution of the machines, she and the Minister of Public Works, Minister help as to how they're going to distribute the machines. And then the government is saying that they have not concluded anything. And then somebody makes, oh, the President Baga, thank you for rejecting this whole machine deal. Mama Capelete will pay the price. How sound some of these people are. Where in the world, Mama Capelete, who is the right-hand person for Joseph Baga, on his personal decision making, even she was the one that represented President Baga in the African summit that is currently going on in Kenya. She's the one representing Joseph Nima Boagai, making decision, making deal, money, giving money to people who visit the president, how much money to be given to this person and that person. Even she the one that took care of her. The guy that used to call Mr. Thank you very much and stuff like that. She been taking care of everybody for Joseph Nima Boagai. The approval of Joseph Nima Boagai. So to come and say, oh, Mama Capelete, she's doing X, Y, and Z, and the president is not aware. I told you, I said that was a lie. And I told you, say, if what they were saying, if that was true, let Joseph Baga fire Mama Capelete. Then you will hear the true story about what happened on the machinery. You will hear the true story as to how people's names were removed and by who. The people there. The country is actually at a crossroad right now. Let's pray for the best.
You know, one thing I love about SKTV, the way we say things, is one of the reasons. I told you I noticed this trend from the election. Prior to the election, before we could extend to other counties and the other guys came on the show, we were targeting anywhere between 15 to 1,200 in a day. The moment the election was over and we started holding Baga government accountable, the viewership on Facebook, it dropped significantly. I told you, I said, with these people, they are not comfortable with the truth, but the reality is the truth is not comfortable.
Yeah.
You see, everything we said from the initial stage, it was the same mistake that we have made. If Joseph Baga had listened to us, by this time, maybe we won't be talking about the issue of protest. But you said, no, we don't want to listen to the SKTV. Okay, first of all, the funds that were given for the various coordinator in all the districts for celebration, that money was stolen. Just imagine the man even take office here at the time. The whole sketchy donation he made in Bon County, people question it. The accusation of property, how is that political? We thought Joseph Baga, the whole thing about the inconsistency for the central bank. The people say, oh, we left 40 million. You say we made 20.5 million, 19.5 million missing. Make sure you get to the bottom of this thing. It didn't go anywhere. Joseph Boga called for an across the board audit. That never happened. Joseph Boga went and submitted his own asset. He only delivered, he only submitted. He didn't declare. He used the same formula or the same strategy we are used. How can this thing be political? When these guys came up with this so-called Hammond Army or putting the payroll together and going from 2019 to 2020, no, that thing sounds political. Even if it was good intention, it's not the perfect time to do it. We thought Joseph Boga, when it comes to asset recovery, there are certain ethical, standard, and legal processes he must go through. They didn't follow it. Guess what? It died or natural death. So, Unity Party people should be taking executive, because if you guys had listened to things that we've been saying on this show, you wouldn't have been hearing about protests now. But guess what? You just cannot think past your feeling. You think everything people do, they do it for political gains. And that's why you keep getting it wrong. And you will keep harming your leader. Second, let me tell you, almost like 7 years ago, there was a book. Maybe you get things you buy on Amazon. They call it Team Arrival. I never knew. They call the lady Doris Godwin. Lincoln. The reason most American presidents always reference Lincoln. You know what Lincoln's strategy was? All the opposition are bringing your own board. Matter of fact, I expect to hear from you the people that support me, because Lincoln's leadership philosophy was, if I listen to my own people, they might likely leave me off track, because they think that they supported me. They will somehow be, they think they are entitled to support me. But if I bring more of my rivals, they will put me on the red track, and that was why led his presidency. That was the premise of the whole Lincoln leadership or philosophy, that the opposition criticism will make me a better president in the end. And that's how he went on to be one of the best and most successful presidents in American history. But in our politics, no. People think. Second, think about this. If you set a Putu mountain to a criminal in a sanctioned criminal, Wologisi, how does that benefit you in Labrador? Whether you're from Unity Party or from CDC? How is that politics?
Yeah.
Man, we got
Mom, somebody, this person, I know this person being from time to time, whenever we say something, the person has already always tried to insert the trouble slot in there, thinking that mentioning of Mama Ability that has some trouble connection. If you don't know, people are even hating me for continuously mentioning Mama Ability. They're saying that I'm endangering her job. I'm not defending her. I'm telling you, if this machine debacle, if it is any criminal art, I'm telling you, Mama Ability is in the know of everything that happened, with the acquiescence, with the approval of Joseph Boakai. That's what I'm saying. I'm not defending her. Beyond that, I'm telling you, if you are involved in an act with somebody, if it's good, you want to take credit. If it's bad, you want to throw that person under the bus. We are saying that's not right. That is not the right thing to do. If it's good, Mama Ability was front and center of it with the approval of Joseph Boakai. If it's bad, Mama Ability was front and center of it with the approval of Joseph Boakai. That is the point I'm making. So that some of you can listen with your mouth.
I know, right?
Yeah. Because if you listen with your ear, you will get the information. You'll be able to process it. You understand where we are coming from. When you come with a preconceived mind, you come with a premeditated mindset to hate on us. So because of that, your mind is beclouded, your hearing is sealed, nothing can go in there. Your sense of thinking, your sense of reasoning somehow close, and you are not able to consume anything because your mind is made up. When you come here, I'm just going there to insult or attack SKTV, to attack Staple, Monk, and Steve. I will come and tell them things. I will distract them. So when you come, your ability to listen and understand is compromised before even coming. So sometimes we take time to respond to some of these things just to, let you know that we understand your problem. We know exactly where you are. We know exactly what you're doing, but we will use the opportunity to inform other people who can benefit. So, Mom, before we go, let me just tell you last 16, 16 people.
No, they know our rules. We'll continue tomorrow because we got our benchmark now, at least 30 in the ball on any given
Yeah, so 16 people, maybe you never know. Yeah, so it's good that the large bunch of people, most of them like 20, 25, and 20, and 10, and 15.
Yeah.
Like somebody wrote and said that we have 400 or 500 people. If everybody at least $5, everybody $5, that would take us close to $2,000. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how much you send, but consistency and being supportive is all we ask for.
For me, the reason when you want to do something for me, I like to set target. Even
Yeah.
though it's not breading somebody, at least you know where you're going to. Whatever I say, bare minimum 20, at least once in a month rotational. Second, I want for us to get to the point where we don't even have to make an announcement for money. I just want to hear at the end of the show, oh, today, gentlemen.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got people here.
That's all I want to see. That's my thing.
Mom, let me tell you something. It was day before yesterday or yesterday. I think it was day before yesterday.
Yeah.
Somebody sent us $50 and said, for my last Friday, I forgot.
Yeah. Can you imagine that?
It's a lady. I don't want to call her name. She's here. I was shocked because I saw the money. I don't know where the money came from.
Okay.
Yeah, then I saw the message attached to it. It said, for my last Friday, I forgot. And that person is now their first time consistently supporting SKTV. So, like you said, people, sometimes the announcement for new people just joining us, they want to support, you can make announcement to support. For people who actually they suggested to us, you shouldn't be putting cash out every day. Just do it once a week on Friday.
Yeah, once a week.
We all come in and support. But then at the same time,
maybe
people
they'll stop with that game, but it just not. Like you said, consistency is everything. Yeah. If your guys over there are looking up to you for you to fund us, look at what you said it content or say who been off the air, maybe it's gasoline.
Let me tell you something. Even today, I don't want to say anything. While we're on, I had to send money for gas and while we were on the show.
Yeah, can you imagine that?
I received different something about gasoline and while the show was running. Can you imagine? Imagine if you had nothing to send for that, then what happened? That means it will go off on the radio. So the challenges are enormous, but I mean, go there. Go.
Yeah, I know, the consistency is key, man. People, let's do it. Tomorrow we'll wrap it up for the week because we already get our target 30 to 35 on any given day. 20.
So honestly speaking, we appreciate So you guys shouldn't feel because Mom will show some disappointment in the people. Not those of you who are doing it, is those who are not doing anything. So yes, you guys are the best. We couldn't ask for more.
Yeah.
But just like we just want us to keep doing what we're doing until we can get to the point where we don't have to ask for anything. Yeah. And we'll get there.
Oh yeah.
Trust me.
All right, man. Thanks for the show. Thanks for the
man.
For your day.
Yep. Thank you, my brother. Everybody, thank you. We appreciate you guys, as always. We've been here for almost 2 hours and 40 minutes. Thank you, guys. We'll be here tomorrow.